Hey, what's up, guys? Here's my call to action. So listen, here's if you want to be successful, um, I'm speaking to a lot of people who are motivated by my videos, and they're interested in getting in shape, getting fit, and being healthy as possible. So I'm going to touch upon a few subjects more succinctly as possible. So first of all, when you talk about getting in shape, you got to figure out your why. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of people get on their fitness journey and they fall off for one reason or another. Now, don't get me wrong, there are reasons why you end up not having enough time or not having enough money or not having enough resources. But that's why I always tell people when it comes to fitness, you have to really think very closely what is your why. Now, let me talk about some rules of your why. Your why cannot involve anybody else. And don't get me wrong, you could have some of your whys be part of somebody else. Like, I'm doing it for my kids, I'm doing it for my wife, I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for that. But here's the thing about it. When you don't feel like getting out of bed early in the morning, when you don't feel like pressing play, when you don't feel like going to the gym, it's gonna take a lot more than saying I'm doing it for my kids, and doing it for my wife, and I'm doing it for my family. Now, don't get me wrong, there's value in that, and you're an awesome person for being unselfish and thinking about somebody else. But you have to make your why about you. See, it's okay to have part of your why, whether you're trying to achieve a degree or whether you're trying to achieve a career or trying to lose a certain amount of weight. It's okay for a part of your why to be, okay, I'm doing it for somebody else, but your why has to be for you. You have to look at yourself and say, I'm doing this because this will make me feel this way. I'm doing this because I've told myself this message since I was young. Achieving this would mean, or the journey to achieving this would mean blank, to me. This will mean this to me. This will make me feel like this. I've always wanted to do this because of this. That's how you got to look at your why. Thank you, Tony. Keep the love happening, guys. So that's how you got to think about your why. Not think of your why, my connection. Not think of your why in terms of somebody else. That's the only rule I have to have for your why. Now, let me tell you, that's the only rule that I have. Even if you say my why for getting in shape is I want a six pack, I want to look like such and such. Well, looking like such and such will make you feel like what? You've always wanted to look like such and such, because maybe in the past you looked very fit, or maybe you achieve certain goals in the past, but that still comes back to you. That's your only rule. It could be as silly, as selfish as you want it to be, as long as it's about you. You know, that's the only rule. That's the only rule your why has to have, because there are going to be days where you're not going to feel like working out. You're not going to feel like running your business. You're not going to feel like studying for that test for your degree or certification. So you have to make your why strong. And some of the things that I do, I have certain places in my phone where I place my whys for certain goals. I have certain my entrepreneurial goals. I have my health goals, and my why. Here's an example of one of my whys about why. Um, I choose to be as fit as possible and stay in shape, because I fall off the wagon every once in a while. Trust and believe, I'm human like everybody else. Every once in a while, I have a glass of wine too many. But what keeps me from falling off the rails and going up to 270 pounds like I was before? Here's an example of a wrong reason for me to say my why is. I'm doing it. I want to get fit for my kids. No. Here's what I do. I want to be fit because I want to be an evolved father in my kid's life and be a good role model, because it will make me feel like I am special for myself to be that dad, to be the dad that I've always wanted to be. That's an example of a why that's about me, that's focused on me. I still included the kids, but why am I including the kids? Sometimes it's the way we word it. We say we want to be there for our kids, but because we're not wording it in the right way, and words have power, that power is not instilled in you, and that power isn't strong enough to get you up out of bed. You have to word it in a certain way. If you're doing it for your kids, why are you doing it for your kids? Are you doing this for your kids because you always wanted to be the parent that you never had? You always wanted to be the parents you never known. You always wanted to love your kids the way you never got loved as a kid, and you want to make it. And you want it'll make you feel special. It'll make you feel like you're living out your life's purpose of being the best parent as possible. Why do you want to achieve a degree? Well, you believe that God has specially called you to help as many people as possible, heal as many people as possible. As a person, a healthcare professional, as a surgeon, or as anything else. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be an entrepreneur because you believe that there's a mission for you to help as many people as possible in another foreign country, because that'll make you feel a certain way? That'll make you feel like you're living out God's purpose. That'll make you feel like um, um, the strong Christian that you always wanted to be as a young kid. So that's an example. Some of these examples may not be perfect, but it has to be. It has to be your major. Has to be your major focus. So so that's just. I just want to hit you up about your why. I'm still going to be doing my Fit as Health event. Stay tuned for details. I'm going to be teasing you guys a little bit because 2 weeks from now I'm going to be doing a bunch of insanity and size classes at Retro Fitness in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be doing some size classes, and I'm going to be talking to another fellow fitness instructor in the Lehigh Valley area. I'm going to be doing a class at her place, one of the insanity classes. So I got to talk to her. That's not set in stone. I may or may not do it. I got to talk to this instructor, but very well known instructor in the Lehigh Valley area. So I'm excited about that. And like I said, I'm excited about my Fit as Health, where I'm going to put on my doctor hat and talk about why fitness is important for your health. And I'm going to put on my yes, come on down. Come on, Deanna. Check my wall. I'm going to be doing e-bikes and everything. Right now, I'm in the process of talking to a few people so I can have a location for this. Because I'm going to put on my doctor hat and talk about why it's important to be healthy. I'm going to put on my trainer hat and run a boot camp. So it's going to be cool. And then I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to actually join me so that when we're doing these, see, you have to have a goal. And I don't believe in just doing things without a target. So what I would like for you to do, and I want you guys to think about this, you could join me now, actually, if you want to get started on this right now and not wait until November to get on this. But I am a beach body coach, and I want to be a little bit different than other beach body coaches because so many people log on and do these workouts and they don't have a focus, they don't have a goal. What I would like to do is I would like to you join me as your fitness coach. I want to measure your waist. I want to measure your weight. It don't have to be personally. You can have your husband or wife or friend, brother, sister measure these things for you. But I would like to have those numbers. And then what I would like to do is also look at your blood pressure, look at how many pills you want. I want to have a measurable result that you're going to have. So as you go on, you have something that's motivating you, something you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be off these medication because I want to be around for my kids because it'll help me be around for my children to feel special because my mom and dad was not around, because they may have had a disease or they may have been debilitated. So I want to start measuring medical parameters that are easily measurable, and you can have your doctor help you out because I could be an ally. If you have any questions, you have any medical questions, I'll be your beach body coach. I'll answer your medical question. I'm board certified emergency physician. So that's what I want to offer to people because I honestly believe in Fit as Health. I honestly believe in Fit as Health. It's to the point that if you're fit as health, when you're sick, you're everybody else is healthy. Okay. And that's how I really want to push upon you guys. I get asked all the time, how am I able to do some of these feats of fitness and I'm coughing up phlegm? That's because I'm sick. But my sick is you're healthy. Okay. So I've done some fitness feats, just coughing up phlegm, sick with no sleep, because you have to push yourself so that you have that cushion. It's almost like when people are entrepreneurs and they earn a certain income. Not saying that's important, but people who earn a certain income, when they hit hard, they're not making enough money. If Oprah made half her salary, she still has a good cushion. That's what I'm talking about Oprah type fitness, where even if you're not, even if something happens bad to you as far as you getting sick or tired, you're just healthy. So I would like to push that for you guys. And to be honest, um, it's easier than you think. It's easier. You have to put work in, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. We're not talking about you getting to the CrossFit Games or you trying to be the healthiest person on the planet. I mean, that's a little bit different and that's crazy. But just motivating you. For instance, here's an example. I want you guys to think of your fitness in terms of throughout the week, you have to hit some heavy strength training. Throughout the week, you have to hit some heavy cardiovascular training. And then throughout the week, hit some mobility training. Let's focus on those three things throughout the week. Now, when you talk about specific things like CrossFit, okay, there's specific strength training you have to do, like specific and certain percentages. What I'm talking about throughout the week, I would like you to hit strength training, hitting all the major muscle groups and going as hard as you can for you. I'm not telling you to hit certain numbers so you can beat everybody else. No, I want you to hit numbers that you barely even hit before. Okay, something that's tough for you, and just focus on that. Okay. When it comes to your cardiovascular, I'm not telling you to go out there and run a marathon. I'm just telling you, focus and push yourself to a point that's hard for you. And that you're continuing to get better and improve. And do what's within your realm, your wheelhouse. Okay, if you had certain surgeries in a certain part of your body, then you only move that part of your body as much as you can for you. Live as much weight for you. Learn to modify. But what I don't want to have happen is, okay, if you're injured in one part of your body, you decide to give your whole body rest. Okay, if you have a hurt shoulder, you better have the biggest quads for you. You better set some PRs as far as squatting. Okay, so I want you to think of your fitness as far as that. If you have something that you love, like a lot of you guys love, love, love to run, check this out. Run. Do your running. Now that's gonna be your primary thing, so you're gonna be pretty good at that. But you better at least 3 times a week hit some heavy weights. Hit some heavy weights. Okay, running's gonna be your gift. You're gonna excel on that part, but don't leave. I know so many male runners who could barely do a pull up. Okay, so you need to hit that. Now, if you like to lift, some of you are bodybuilders, you love to lift weight, or you only lifters, yeah, you love to do that stuff. Unless you're trying out for the Olympics, what I would like for you to do, because I don't want to get in. Now, when you're an athlete, I'm gonna leave you alone if you're an athlete, because you're an athlete. There's specific things you have to do, like Olympic lifting athletes that actually compete. They can't do cardio, and that's a whole nother discussion. When you're training for a specific sport, you got to do only what your coach tells you to do. But if you're a everyday person, mom, dad, and you're not training to go to the Olympics, here's what I want you to do. If you do Olympic lifting, and there are a lot of people who love Olympic lifting, they do that every single day, or love to do the bodybuilding. Come on now, at least 3 times a week, hit some cardio. Get on that treadmill and push yourself. Do sprint intervals or run continuously for an hour, or continuously for 30 minutes, but push it a little bit harder than someone who would have ran for an hour. Okay? So I want you to push yourselves. And every once in a while, here's a sneaky way to sneak in some mobility, While you're on your phone doing your conference calls, whether you're in your office or in your basement or at home, try working on your computer sitting on the ground. Try doing phone calls while stretching. Okay? Just do these things while stretching. You don't have to do these things sitting in a normal chair. A lot of times I'm listening to my calls or talking to my clients while I'm stretching my hamstrings, while I'm in a lunge. So that's how you get to sneak in some mobility. Okay? So, hit it hard, guys. I said I wasn't going to talk too much, but you guys know I talk way too much. So, if you need a fitness coach, you want to get started now, not wait till November. Hit me up. I could be your beach body coach. We could get started and hook you up. All right. Don't wait till tomorrow. The best time to start anything is now. The best answer is always now, in my opinion. Should I start that tomorrow, a week, or on a Monday? Now. Start now. Start now. Start now. Why? Because you can always find an excuse to say tomorrow. Tomorrow could be anytime. Start now. Start now. Okay? Even if you're waiting for a group to get started with, this is what you do. Start now. And then if if you're ready to join the challenge group or join another group of people, okay, start back over, but you already are 2 weeks ahead of everybody else. It's always, the answer to me is always now. Always now. All right, so let's get it going. Let's get it moving. And listen, this is my call to action. Monday, I'm always going to do a call to action for your fitness. Okay. Sundays, I'm going to do call to action to get people on here who want to be entrepreneurs and help as many people as possible. This is I love Beachbody. This is an awesome business. You can't beat it. You definitely can't beat it. I'm loving the people who I'm interacting with. I have a couple of challenge groups that I'm part of and that I'm leading. So I'm loving it. People are seeing results. People are doing these workout programs. I'm doing Insanity Max 30. Love it. It's kicking my butt. So it's I'm just, and I'm excited for Quarter Forces coming out at the end of November. What? It's gonna be the bomb. So if you're not part of some type of fitness group, you're missing out. You're missing out on the best years of your life where you could look, feel, and perform your best in addition to doing whatever else you're doing in life. All right? Peace out.